Hello and welcome to LP Anime. Today, me and Andat are going to, or Andrew, I'm just going to call you Andrew,
Or
are going to
Andy
be...
Dude. Oh God.
So Andrew has come up with a new name for himself called Andy Dude.
Hey,
And
every YouTuber comes up with a weird name.
yes, but they're weird but cool. Yours is weird but frilly and gay.
What about Markiplier?
Markiplier's name is awesome, your name sucks. So,
Well, no, it sucks because it's not famous
you
yet.
could just
But
be
when
Andat.
everybody's
Okay, dude,
looking up at
so
the sky and saying Andy Dude, you'll be looked down upon.
I think you have delusions of grandeur. But anyways, today we are going to be debating whether or not Fate Stay Night was good. Um, Andrew thinks that it was pretty good. I think that it was I think that it was bad. I'm not saying it was a piece of shit, okay? For those of you who are going to be like, how dare you bash Fate Stay Night? I'm not bashing Fate Stay Night. Well, I mean, I'm not saying that it was a horrible piece of crap, okay? I'm just saying that it wasn't good. Anyways, he for this is going to be a video for those of you who have watched Fate Stay Night and probably Fate Zero, because we might talk a little bit about that too while we're doing the video.
Hmm.
And so, if you haven't seen that, then you won't understand what we're talking about. Okay, so don't get all upset. Um, Anyways, so Andrew, I'll let you start off here. Why do you think that it was good?
Well, I mean, I think it was good because I do like the characters. I thought that Shiromia did prove a valid point. He had some of the things that I do agree with, as in he's going to jump in front, let someone else or jump in front to save someone else. Um, he's very heroic. He goes in and saves other people, which is pretty cool in that aspect. I liked how they introduced Saber and just how everything played out in that fact. The storyline, I did like that, and how it turns out. And one of the things that I did like about Shiro is in this show you start out as not knowing anything that's going on, and Shiro, in fact, doesn't know anything either. So you kind of live it with him through this entire experience. And I'd say that's probably why I like it.
The only thing that I agree with in that entire tirade you just went on was that with Shiro not knowing anything about what's going on, it did help you understand more, because as they were explaining it to Shiro, it was like they were explaining it to you, but everything else that you said, almost everything else, I disagree with. Um, I do not
Explain.
think that Saber's introduction was good. It would have been kind of good had he not literally narrated over it and basically said, I see you, boobs, I like you. I
I
mean,
mean,
that is
he
literally
didn't
how that
have
went.
to
He
do
he
that.
even came up with a narration, and he was talking as Saber appeared from the circle or whatever, and he's all like, "Oh my God, she's so pretty." And
And what's
that's
so
another
bad
problem.
about that?
Saber is nothing but a tool for fan service.
That
A
is not
fairly
that
badass
is
tool for fan
not
service,
not
but
true whatsoever.
a fairly badass tool for fan service, but a
That
tool for fan service all the same.
that's like saying C2 is fan service.
C2 did have quite a bit of fan service.
Okay, she did have some fan service, but she wasn't there
But
for fan
C2
service.
had an identity outside of fan service, whereas Saber did not. And
Yes,
well, I
she
mean,
did.
she had a small identity outside of fan service, but that was a really weak identity. It was just, oh yeah, she's badass. That's really all we're gonna tell you. I mean, and she has a dark and tortured past. But other than that, and her
And
being a
she's King
badass,
Arthur.
oh god, don't even get me started. Why'd they turn her into a girl? I mean,
For the
explain
sake
that to
of the
me.
show, do you know
Hmm.
how many anime shows turn historical people into chicks?
For fan service.
Okay,
So are
what's
you
so bad
saying
about
she's
that?
not there for fan service?
She's not there for fan service, yet
But
she
you
did.
just said that they turn historical people into girls for the sake of fan service.
Not the sake of fan service, for the sake of the show. For the sake of
No,
the
no.
show,
See,
she was
I'm
made a
thinking
girl.
that no, I'm thinking it's just fan service.
For the sake of the show, she was made a girl so she could have a relationship with Shiro.
Yes. So for fan service.
No, for the sake of plot and the sake of the show.
Well, then explain this to me. Why
Because
did
if I were
why
Shiro
why
and
did
I see
Shiro
this badass dude standing in front of me about to get slashed, I'm not going to jump in front of him to save his life. I'm sorry. But if I see a chick, kind of looks badass, but she's about to get hacked, I'm probably going to jump in front of her. So that's one of my points.
explain this to me then, Andrew. Why did Shiro have to have a love story? Why couldn't they have taken out all the time that they devoted to that love story, which was pretty weak from the beginning, and make it about developing the characters?
Because that developed the characters themselves.
How did that develop the characters?
They
Name
they
one
learned
thing that
more
you
about
learned.
themselves.
Name one thing that you learned about Saber during their relationship.
She started opening up her past
No, not
to
really.
Shiro.
No, in fact, I can't remember one conversation that they had that developed their characters. I mean, other than Shiro's copy and paste superhero speeches about how people die if they are killed, then
Don't even bring that up. That made me so mad when I heard that. Okay,
other than his
because
copy and paste superhero speeches about how, oh god, I have to, with great power comes great responsibility, and that's why I have to sacrifice myself, there was really
so are you
nothing
saying
there.
that that's a bad speech? Because I have so many Spider-Man fans that would jump on you right now and tackle you to the
No, I'm
ground.
not saying that's a bad speech. I'm saying why can't they come up with their own speech?
True, that you do make a point there. Well, hey, they did create their own speech. People die when they are killed.
And you saw where that got them.
Yes, that pissed me off beyond belief. But
So,
that's why you shouldn't try. I mean, it's not too bad to take something that did well and post it. That's exactly what
yes, but that's
every game
plagiarism.
development every game development does that.
Pretty much, I mean, it's okay to copy off, like, the Spider-Man speech and all the other speeches that they copied off of, but it's not okay to rip off of it. I mean, you can make a speech that says, with great power comes great responsibility, but you have to add something new to it.
Okay. Well, point is, I like this show,
But,
and
I mean,
it gave good points, and it did definitely prove its point as an anime show, and
every single character.
it does not deserve to get the hate it has on it. It
Okay,
just doesn't. It
that
makes me
I can agree
mad.
with, okay? The hate that Fate Stay Night gets, the amount of hate that it gets is disproportionate to the amount of hate that it deserves. I'm not saying it was a horrible anime. I'm just saying it wasn't a good anime. However, after Fate Zero came out and everyone saw how awesome Fate Zero was, their opinions about Fate Stay Night turned from, oh, Fate Stay Night was meh, to shit,
No,
Fate Stay Night is awful.
yeah, and it doesn't deserve that
Because
because
they
it's
saw
not.
how awesome Fate Zero was in comparison to it.
But I do want to see actually what the company that made Fate Zero does with Fate Stay Night.
That is true. They are, for those of you who don't know, which if you're an anime nerd, you probably already know this, the company that made Fate Zero is now remaking Fate Stay Night, and hopefully they can make it better. Anyways, that's all the time that we
They
have
do
for
that
today.
testingy, and then
I think
whenever
that
the
we have
person boosts them
obviously
up,
established that Fate Zero was not good.
no, we have established that it was not bad. I never said it was not good, and you have never proved a point that
I proved everything.
that it was
It's
bad.
this is on my recording software, so I get to decide the verdict. Ha.